Hello everyone, welcome to Lukmaan IAS. Today we are going to have the Hindu newspaper analysis dated 1st of December 2023. In today's newspaper analysis, we are going to cover some mapping topics, and apart from this, we are going to discuss the most important articles from the newspaper. So let us quickly have a look on the list of articles that we are going to discuss today. Okay, so these are the list of articles that we are going to discuss in today's newspaper analysis. We have also listed the, let's say, page number from the Hindu newspaper, and also we have mentioned about the relevance of these articles. So this is the first mapping topic that we are going to discuss today. Name of the topic is Mediterranean Sea. We are going to discuss in detail where is Mediterranean Sea located, what is the importance of significance of Mediterranean Sea. We are also going to discuss about how many countries share a maritime border with Mediterranean Sea. Okay, we are going to discuss all of it today. So I have included few more maps also on the same region. So before we start the discussion, let us quickly understand where is Mediterranean Sea located. As we can see over here, this is the location of Mediterranean Sea. This particular, let's say, blue shaded region is Mediterranean Sea. So to the north of Mediterranean Sea, we have Europe. To the south of Mediterranean Sea, we have Africa. To the east of Mediterranean Sea, we have Asia. And to the west of Mediterranean Sea, we have Atlantic Ocean. So Mediterranean Sea is in itself connected with three continents, which is Asia, Europe, Africa. It is connected with the other sea, which is known as Black Sea, and it has its connection with Atlantic Ocean. Okay, so that's why Mediterranean Sea plays a very important role. It plays a very important role for all those countries that share maritime border with Mediterranean Sea, because these countries do trade among themselves, right, or between themselves through these sea routes, through this Mediterranean sea routes. And this portion remains a point of conflict also among many countries, right? Recently, as you know, one of the country is in a state of war, right? That country is in a state of war with Hamas. Name of that country is Israel. Israel also shares maritime border with Mediterranean Sea. Apart from this, Mediterranean Sea is known for some of the, let's say, geophysical phenomena. What are those geophysical phenomena? One of them is known as hurricane. So the hurricanes that originate from Mediterranean Sea, they are known as Medicane. Okay, and recently the hurricanes was in news, and some of the countries that are, let's say, like, African countries that are in the northern portion of Africa that has, let's say, southern portion of Mediterranean Sea, these countries have experienced, let's say, like, sea-led problems, right? They have experienced problems related to, let's say, like some of the natural phenomena that is associated with Mediterranean Sea. This is the thing, all right? So this is the location of Mediterranean Sea. To the east of it, as we discussed, we have Asia, north, Europe, south, Africa, west, we have Atlantic Ocean. Now let us quickly see the list of countries that are going to, that shares border with Mediterranean Sea. Okay, as we already discussed its location, now it is important for us to understand some important factors related to Mediterranean Sea. Like some smaller seas are also part of it. We are going to discuss about it. There is a strait that connects Mediterranean Sea with the Atlantic Ocean. Okay, so we are going to discuss about that strait also. This strait plays a very significant role. Name of that strait is Strait of Gibraltar. Okay, this is Strait of Gibraltar. It connects Mediterranean Sea with Atlantic Ocean. So a strait is a narrow channel of water that connects two water bodies. So it connects Mediterranean Sea with Atlantic Ocean. Name of this strait is Strait of Gibraltar. I am going to write it over here. This is a Strait of Gibraltar. Okay, Strait of Gibraltar. So this Strait of Gibraltar remains in news, right? It remains in news. So that's why it is important for you to understand the location of the Strait of Gibraltar. Apart from this, there are some other seas also that remains in news. One of the sea is known as Adriatic Sea. This is the Adriatic Sea. Then we have Ionian Sea. we have this Tyrrhenian Sea, then we have this Aegean Sea, Sea of Crete. So, and here we have another very important strait. This strait connects Mediterranean Sea with Black Sea, or we can say it connects Aegean Sea with Black Sea, if we, let's say, go little deep detail over here. So one of these strait is, we have a Strait of Dardanelles and we have Bosphorus Strait. Okay, so we are going to discuss this. So first strait is that we discussed is a Strait of Gibraltar. It connects Mediterranean Sea with Atlantic Ocean. Then second strait that we are going to discuss is, this is Dardanelles Strait. Okay, name of this strait is Dardanelles Strait. So this strait connects Aegean Sea with of Marmara. Okay, Aegean Sea with Sea of Marmara. This Sea of Marmara is a very small sea, right? So it is connected with the Aegean Sea through Dardanelles Strait, or a Strait of Dardanelles. Then we have another strait which is known as Bosphorus Strait. This Bosphorus Strait also remains in news. So through this Bosphorus Strait, Black Sea connects with Sea of Marmara. So these two straits are very important, because those countries that do trade in goods with, let's say, African countries or maybe European countries, those countries who are here, their goods pass through these straits like Bosphorus Strait, Dardanelles Strait, and finally, let's say, it comes to this region. Okay, so having understood this, let us see where is the location of Israel. Where is Israel located? So as we can see, this is the location of Israel. This is the location of Israel. Israel is a very small country over here, right? So it is a very small country. So Israel shares its maritime border with Mediterranean Sea. This is important. Then Lebanon, we know it is over here. We are going to see map of Israel also today, because today there is an article that talks about making this Israeli-Palestinian war the last. Okay, we are going to discuss about that article. Now let us quickly understand, right, name of countries that share border with Mediterranean Sea. Okay, so I'm going to use another color, maybe. Let me take blue color. Okay, so now we are going to discuss about the countries that share maritime border with Mediterranean Sea. One of the country, as we see over here, let us first locate these countries that are in Africa. One of the countries, Morocco. Morocco was recently in news because it was affected by some kind of hurricanes. Okay, so it was there. So Morocco is a country. Then another is Algeria. Third country is Tunisia. Fourth is Libya, we see over here. And fifth is Egypt. Egypt is over here. And there is a canal which is known as Suez Canal. This Suez Canal over here, as we can see, this Suez Canal connects Red Sea with Mediterranean Sea. This Suez Canal is the largest man-made canal in the world. Through Suez Canal, huge amount of, let's say, goods pass through it, right? Suez Canal is one of the busiest sea route for doing trade. Okay, so Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, Libya, Egypt. Apart from this, here we have Israel, 6th country, Lebanon, 7th country, Cyprus, 8th country, right? Then we have Syria, 9th country, Turkey, 10th country over here we see. Then apart from this, there are some countries, right? There are some countries from Europe. These countries also share border, right? So we have this Italy over here. Italy shares border with it. Apart from this, France shares border, Spain shares border. So these are the countries. If you go in detail, there are around 22 countries that has Mediterranean Sea as its, let's say, maritime border. Okay, this is the thing. So this Mediterranean Sea is very important for the upcoming prelims exam. You need to understand about it. Here we have, let's say, listed all those other seas. You can go through it in detail, so that will help you. Now let us understand the first topic of the day. This topic is an editorial discussion topic. We are going to discuss this topic in detail. Name of this topic is making this Israel-Palestine war the last. So as we all know that Hamas has conducted an attack on Israel on 7th of October this year. And after then Israel has retaliated and they retaliated with a, let's say, objective of eliminating Hamas. But their fight was against Hamas, but what they have done, they have killed huge number of civilians. Around 15,000 civilian people have died. Most of them are women and children, means like more than 50% of the people who died in Gaza Strip, they are civilian people, right? So before we go to understand this topic in detail, let us quickly see the map of Israel. Okay, let's see like where is it located, so that like we have a detailed picture also where is Israel located. Okay, so I have included two maps, right? So we are going to see this map first, okay, to understand broadly what is there. Then we are going to see the other map, okay, to understand the detailed provision of it. So the yellow colored map that you can see here, yellow shaded region, this is Israel. This is the state of Israel, okay. So Israel, I am just drawing the outer borders of Israel, okay, outer borders of Israel. So this is the outside border of Israel, okay. This is the map of Israel, all right. Here Israel is in a state of war with Hamas. Where is Hamas located? Hamas is located over here. This place is known as Gaza Strip, okay. This is over here, there is a strip. This strip is known as Gaza Strip, okay. This strip is known as Gaza Strip, all right. So this is where Hamas is located, and here people who stay, they are Palestinian people, okay, they are Palestinian people. Apart from this, there is another region, okay, we are going to locate this particular region, this region that I am just drawing the outer boundary. This region is known as West Bank, okay, it is known as what? West Bank. So West Bank and Gaza Strip, they are together part of Palestine, okay, they are together part of Palestine. So Israel and Palestine has been in a state of warfare for more than a century now, okay. So the conflict between them goes, let's say, like, deep into history. In 1917, when there was a declaration by the UK government that is known as Balfour Declaration, and the UK government had promised the Israeli people that it's going to help Jews to create, right? It's going to help Jews to create a national homeland for Jews in Palestine, okay, alongside the Islamic people, alongside the Palestinian people. So after then, in 1948, Israel as a state came into being, and after it came into being, United States of America was the first country to recognize it. Then UK government has assisted Israel in its establishment. It got its membership in the United Nations General Assembly also. So it was recognized as a independent state, as a sovereign state, right, by the United Nations General Assembly as well. But the thing is, there have been histories of warfare, and Palestinians say that their territory, their homeland has been, let's say, encroached upon by Israeli people, by Jewish people, and they have created their own land. They have, let's say, taken most of the land from the Palestinians, okay. So since then, lot of war keep on happening between, let's say, Palestinians and Israel. So this is the thing. Now here we need to understand that to the west of Israel we have Mediterranean Sea, which is a very vast sea, like very big sea. To the right of it we have a sea which is known as Dead Sea. You see over here, this is Dead Sea, Mediterranean Sea, Dead Sea, and here we have another sea which is known as Sea of Galilee, okay, Sea of Galilee, Mediterranean Sea, Dead Sea, Sea of Galilee. So Israel shares borders with Dead Sea, with Mediterranean Sea, and also Sea of Galilee. All of these three are important. You need to remember name of these seas, okay. Number 1, Mediterranean Sea. Number 2, Sea of Galilee. Number 3, Dead Sea. It is very important for you to remember the name of all these three seas, okay. That's the thing. And how many countries surround Israel? We are going to see this. Number 1, Egypt. Egypt has a border with Israel. Number 2, Jordan has a border with Israel. Number 3, Syria has a border with Israel. Number 4, Lebanon has a border with Israel. And in fact, this Gaza Strip, West Bank, they're part of Palestine. They share border with Israel. Then over here there is a region, this is known as Golan Heights. Okay, Golan Heights. This Golan Heights is also a point of intense conflict between various countries including Israel, Syria and Lebanon. Alright, so there have been war also, Yom Kippur War, right, earlier 1973, that war has happened. So now, having understood this particular portion of the map, now let us understand about the other portion of the map also. Here this showcases the capital of Israel. Where is the capital of Israel located? It is located in Tel Aviv. Tel Aviv, this is the capital. However, earlier Israel had its capital in Jerusalem. And Jerusalem is a very highly contested region. Here the Palestinian want to have their capital, Israel wants to have its own capital. There have always been conflict related to it. So that's why Israel has thought or shifted its capital to Tel Aviv. Okay, this is the thing. And apart from this, other regions, let's say physical locations are shown over here. You can read from this thing, you can download this PDF from the description of the YouTube video also. So now let us understand this article, okay, quickly. So to understand this article, I will write some important information also related to this article. Name of the article is Making This Israeli-Palestinian War the Last. Making this Israeli-Palestinian War the last. All right. So what message do we get from the title itself? The title of the article shows that the war that is happening now, the Israel-Palestine war that is happening now, we should strive to make it the last war between them, so that after this, right, a long-lasting peace must be established in that region, okay, so that Israelis can stay side by side Palestine. So in this article, author has discussed about the issue of Israel-Palestine war. Okay, so author did not go much into history. I had taken another discussion, that was an editorial discussion class. So that class is available on YouTube also. So you can go to YouTube, you can watch our ED class. There I have in-depth analyzed about Israel-Palestine conflict that has happened. I have talked about history related to it. I have talked about various conflicts that has happened. I have discussed about Yom Kippur War. I have discussed about, let's say, Oslo Accords. I have discussed about how Palestinian Authority came into being. I have discussed about the Arab, like Yasser Arafat's role. I have discussed about Hamas. What is the meaning of Hamas? We have discussed all of it. You can see that video for detailed understanding on this topic. Now to understand this issue, we need to understand that on one side there is Israel. On the other side, right, there is Palestine. There is Palestine. So this Palestine is not a single territory. As of now, it is divided into two major territories. One of the territories is known as Gaza Strip, right? One of the territories is known as Gaza Strip, which is to the west portion of Israel, and then other is known as, let's say, West Bank. Okay, other is West Bank. So when we talk about Gaza Strip, this Gaza Strip was ruled by Hamas. Hamas is a political authority, and at the same time, they are a, let's say, armed group as well. Okay, they are an armed group. And if we talk about the West Bank, over here in West Bank we have Palestinian Authority. What? We have Palestinian Authority. So first of all, Palestine is in itself divided into two regions, Gaza Strip, West Bank. Gaza Strip is under some different authority, West Bank is under some different authority. So there is, let's say, very less cohesion between them, okay, means like, very less, I would say, political unanimity between them. So the thing is, from Gaza Strip, the Hamas group has launched an attack on Israel this year. And they have launched an attack after 50 years. Remember, in 1973, right, on 7th of October, a war has initiated. That war, 1973 war, that has initiated. So on the 50th anniversary of that war, the Hamas people have launched an attack on Israel. And this attack was, let's say, just half an hour attack. Within half an hour attack, they have launched around 5,000 missiles on Israel. And all Israeli, let's say, defense capabilities were, let's say, like, failed at that point of time. Under international law, Israel has a right to retaliate. Not only right to retaliate, there is a right of self-defense. So the self-defense that Israel has, this self-defense should be proportionate to the attack that has happened on Israel in the first place. Okay, it should be proportionate. But what is happening? Israel, it's been more than a month that Israel is, let's say, like, recklessly attacking the Gaza Strip. It has killed more than 15,000 civilians, right, in Gaza Strip. And total population in Gaza Strip is about 2.3 billion. Okay, total population is about 2.3 billion. 1 billion is equal to 10 lakh. Out of them, 1.3 billion people has already been displaced. Okay, 1.3 billion from northern Gaza Strip has already been displaced. Now, through this article, the author wants to give a message that, like, this war that is now happening between Israel and Palestine, this war should be made the last war, so that after this, no further war happens. There should be a long-lasting peace after this war. And how that long-lasting peace can be brought? So in this article, the author has talked about this. So internationally, it is widely recognized one thing that says two-state solution. What? It says two-state solution. What is two-state solution? Two-state solution recognizes that one side there should be presence of Israel, means like Israel should be there as a state, then other Palestine should be there as a state. And Israel and Palestine should live side by side. Palestine should be given proper territory, it should be given proper authority, so that an election happens over there. Okay, so that an election happens, an elected government rules over Palestine, and elected government rules over Israel. They should have, let's say, diplomatic ties between them, but military things should not happen further. Okay, this is the thing. But as of now, since Israel is already doing attack on Gaza Strip, right, already doing attack, so they want to eliminate Hamas. But there are many countries around the world, what they have proposed, that Palestinian authority is being ruled by a leader, right? It is being ruled by a leader. So they have proposed that that particular leader should also rule on Gaza Strip. Election can be conducted over there in Gaza Strip, and that person should rule over Gaza Strip also. So this is the thing. As of now, two-state solution is seen. But the thing is, Palestinian people does not recognize Israel as a different state. But the thing is, it is a practical thing. Although Israeli have, let's say, encroached upon the territory of Palestinians, right? They have created a state for themselves. But now, if we talk about the international geopolitical thing, Palestinian people exist, Israeli people exist, they have their own territory. So the thing is, like, some kind of peace must be brought, and this should be brought in a diplomatic manner. Although war is happening, but there is a call from different countries that there should be a ceasefire, long-lasting ceasefire. Today itself, there was an article in which Chinese government has said that Israel should go for ceasefire now, because they have already, let's say, surpassed the, let's say, like, surpassed the tendency of retaliation. Means, like, there should be proportionality. So the thing is, the retaliation that they have done, it is disproportionate to that regard. All right, so this is the thing. So in this article, the author has talked about a two-state solution. Author talks about Abraham Accords. So what is Abraham Accords? We are going to discuss about it quickly. Abraham Accords are those accords that wants to normalize the ties between Israel and other Arab states. Means, like, we have seen Israel is surrounded by many countries like Egypt, Jordan, Syria, Lebanon, and then there are other countries like Iran, United Arab Emirates. Inside United and let's say there are many other countries, Qatar, like that. So Abraham Accord is a accord which was mediated, okay, it was mediated by United States of America. It was mediated by USA, Abraham Accord. And what it wants to do, it wants to normalize Israel's ties with other Arab states so that Israel can stay peacefully. What is the situation now? In Israel, as of now, most of the Israeli citizens are staying in constant fear because they feel that the entire world is against them. But this is not the case, right? People want that Israel should stay peacefully, but like, you know, Israel's like the militaries, their action, the Prime Minister of Israel, the, let's say, like retaliation that they have conducted, it is being condemned across the world, okay? This should not have been done. So the thing is, Abraham Accord was mediated by USA, and in this article the author says that Abraham Accord can play the role to pacify the, let's say, like, you know, to pacify the tensions in that region. Finally, the author says the only lasting solution is for Israel to vacate its occupation of the West Bank and let a viable Palestinian state emerge. What has happened in the West Bank? Huge number of Palestinians stay, but Israelis have settled, the government of Israel have settled huge number of Israeli people in this region, okay, huge number of Israeli people. So around 450,000 Israeli people have settled, and they don't want to come back, right? They don't want to come back to Israel. So that will be a problem, but author says that, like, you know, they should bring back Israeli people from West Bank, and they should give proper territory, and they should allow a proper government to get established over there, okay? Akhil, thank you so much for joining. All right, so we are discussing the Hindu newspaper analysis today. So this is the thing, this is the first article. So with this, we are quickly going to move to the next article. This article says Broadcast Regulation 3.0, Commissions and Omissions, okay? So through this article, we are going to understand about Broadcast Regulation 3.0. So let's be a little quick on this topic. Topic number 2, Broadcast Regulation. Broadcast Regulation 3.0, Commissions and Omissions. Commissions and omissions. All right. So in this article, basically the context is, what is the context? Why this article came? Basically, there is a ministry which is known as Ministry of Broadcasting, okay, MIB, in short, Ministry of Broadcasting. So this particular ministry, Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, okay, I'm just writing, Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, Information and Broadcasting. So this particular ministry has come up with a new regulation. This is known as Broadcasting Regulation Act. Okay, they have come up with what? Broadcasting Regulation Bill. Broadcasting Regulation Bill. And this bill that they have initiated this time, this is not the first time that they have initiated this bill. There have been 2 such bills earlier as well. This is the 3rd bill. Before this, in 2007, the Ministry of Broadcasting has come up with another bill, and before that in 1997, the Ministry of Broadcasting has come up with another broadcasting regulation bill. So though the previous bills, actually the first bill in 1997, that bill actually wanted to regulate the cable TV network and satellite networks, okay, so it wanted to regulate this thing. But now the digital landscape has totally transformed over the years. As of now, most of the people watch, let's say, their respective shows on OTT platforms. So as of now, OTT platforms has emerged. For example, Netflix, Disney Plus, Hotstar, Amazon Prime. Many new platforms has emerged, and these platforms go unregulated. Okay, so that's why Ministry of Broadcasting has come up with the Broadcasting Regulation Bill 2023. In this article, the author says that this particular ministry, what this ministry is doing, this ministry seems to be encroaching upon the territory of MeitY. What is MeitY? Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. So this particular ministry, Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, was earlier regulating many things. But the thing is, like, cable TV network or Indian TV cinema, those were being regulated by the Ministry of Broadcasting. This is one allegation against it. However, in this article, the author has talked about three important things related to this bill. I mean, how this bill is going to have positive impact. So those positive impacts have been summarized by this author, right, in 3 points. What are those 3 positive points related to this? Positive points related to this bill. So we are going to discuss about it. Okay, which bill? Broadcasting Regulation Bill 3.0. The first positive point, it says, it obliges the broadcasting network operators and broadcasters to maintain record of subscribers' data and subject this to periodic external audits as in the international norm. So first thing is, they follow an international norm, and this international norm is related to subscribers' data. Okay, means like subscribers' data, right? So the broadcasting operators, they should maintain subscribers data, and there should be regular audit also. Okay, there should be what? Regular audit of this thing. So author says that this is a positive development in the Broadcasting Regulation Bill 2023. Apart from this, the author says another thing. The second point, the bill seeks to stipulate a methodology for audience measurement and the sale of rating data. Both mechanisms will bring much needed transparency in the opaque value chain of the cable and satellite television business in our country. That said, the bill completely lacks any guardrails to shield the privacy of subscribers and audience in such practice of data collection. So here the second point is, they want that those broadcasters should be more transparent. Okay, they should be more transparent in the ways that how they are generating profit out of their business, right? How they are generating the profit. Okay, so their business model, those things must be shared, those details must be shared. So this is a positive development. The third positive development, the author says that the provision to permit private actors in terrestrial broadcasting will encourage competition to Doordarshan, the state broadcaster, as in many G20 countries. Back in 2016, TRAI had initiated consultation on this, right? So here the author says that with this bill, what will happen among the private players, there will be more competition. If more competition happens, then the state-backed Doordarshan channel, it will be, let's say, it will fall back. Okay, it will not be able to compete. So the thing is, it could be argued is likely to diminish the diversity of suppliers in the broadcasting whole. This anxiety can be, so this is the thing. So author says these are the things. But what are the problems? One of the problem that the author has talked about, that this Ministry of Broadcasting is encroaching upon the area of Ministry of Information and Technology by starting regulating the OTT. And in the broadcasting bill, they have mentioned two important parameters. One important parameter is program code and advertisement code. What? One thing is known as program code. Second is advertisement code. Okay, advertisement code. What is this program code and advertisement code? As part of this broadcasting regulation bill, the program code talks in details what kind of program can be aired in India, what kind of program can be broadcasted. The advertisement code lays down some guidelines what kind of advertisement can be broadcasted in India. So somehow they try to encroach upon the freedom of expression, right? Freedom of advertisement on these broadcasting agencies. Earlier there have been articles, those articles talked about that these program code and advertisement code, they are vague in nature and it can be interpreted by the ministry in certain way that can hamper the, let's say, business of the broadcasters in India. These are the problems that are associated with this bill. And apart from this, there have been, this particular bill that they have come up with before this in 2017, this particular Telecom Regulatory Authority of India has hinted this broadcaster that there can be a broadcasting regulation bill. They have come up with white paper. So in this article, the author says that this bill plans advisory broadcast advisory council. Okay, this particular bill, which is broadcasting regulation bill, this bill wants to have a broadcasting advisory council. Okay, it wants to have a broadcasting advisory council. So this what will be the role of this broadcasting advisory council? The Broadcasting Advisory Council is going to work on, it's going to examine the viewers' grievances and violations of the program code and advertisement code. So it raises two concerns. First is, this Broadcasting Advisory Council, whatever decision that they take, whatever opinion that they take, their opinion will not be final and binding. Government, the ministry will have a broader say, means this is just a body in the middle. So author says that the capacity of such council to track and address grievances, genuine or motivated, raised by over 800 million TV viewers. Second, the lack of autonomy accorded to this body, since the bill empowers the central government to ultimately decide on the council's advice. Okay, so this raises two questions. One question is, this body, the Broadcasting Advisory Council that the government of India wants to create, whether this body will be strong enough to monitor, 800 million TV viewers in India. Second thing is, this body has not been made an autonomous body, means the government of India will have a broader say. So this is not an autonomous body, it does not have much, role to play. So author says that this bill gives leeway to the government. It may hamper the competition in the broadcasting sector in India. It may hamper the, kind of programs that are aired in India. So programs can be regulated by the government of India through the program code and advertisement code. So finally, author says that the Broadcasting Services Regulation Bill must not lose the opportunity to protect the freedom of press and diversity. So author raises question that freedom of press and diversity in the country must not be curtailed, because through the program code they may allow certain kind of program to be aired and they may stop other kind of program being aired. So it's going to have an impact on diversity. Second thing is, this freedom of press should not be curtailed through the broadcasting thing. Why we are talking about freedom of press? Because Ministry of Broadcasting, it also looks into those areas where there can be commentary on the news articles, there can be commentary on the, current affairs. So those things are also going to be regulated by the Broadcasting Regulation Bill. All right, once it becomes an act, that's the thing. So with this, let us quickly move to another topic. This topic says changing tide. Okay, so in this article we are going to understand about one of our neighboring country. Name of the country is Myanmar. We are going to understand what is happening inside Myanmar. As we all know, in 2021, in the month of February, what has happened in Myanmar? There was a military coup. So in that military coup, the military personals have overthrown the democratically elected government in Myanmar, and they have held hostage, or they have captured some of the leaders from political parties, and they have come into power forcefully. And since then, a civil unrest has started in Myanmar. Civil unrest means people in Myanmar, they are not, people in Myanmar, so they are not staying there peacefully. So a kind of internal disturbance has emerged in Myanmar. Okay, internal disturbance has emerged in Myanmar. That's the issue that is there. So we are going to see the map of Myanmar. As we can see over here, this is the map of Myanmar. It showcases where is Myanmar located. So Myanmar is an immediate neighbor of India. India shares borders with Myanmar. How many other countries share border with Myanmar? We are going to quickly see them. One is India, number one. Second is Bangladesh, right? It shares border. Third is Laos. Fourth is Thailand, okay? Laos, Thailand. And fifth is China, okay? So these are the countries that share border with Myanmar. This is where Myanmar is located. So recently it has been noticed that, like, you know, there is an alliance which is known as Three Brotherhood Alliance, okay? What is this alliance? It is known as Three Brotherhood Alliance. What this alliance has done? This alliance has put a resistance against Myanmar, okay? Myanmar, like against the junta. Junta is also known as Tatmadaw. So it's the military force of Myanmar which is trying to capture authority, capture power through forceful means. But, like, you know, resistance has also emerged, and this resistance is because of the unity among the opposition member, let's say opposition parties. That's the thing, okay? So in Myanmar, there are, let's say, influence of Chinese, there are influence of other countries also. With this, we are quickly going to move to another article, okay? So we are going to, let's say, end it soon. This article, it says a lot at stake. India's reputation is at a principled power is at a stake after the indictment. So recently what has happened? So Department of Justice of the United States of America, they have released a 15-page document. Right, they have released a 15-page document. What has happened in, what they have mentioned in that document? There is a person, his name is, let's say, like, you know, Nikhil Gupta. So Nikhil Gupta is a person who went to USA, right, to assassinate a person, right, a person. What is the name of this person? Gurpatwar Singh Pannu. So Gurpatwar Singh Pannu is a Khalistani supporter. So it was alleged through this 15-page document that Nikhil Gupta wanted to assassinate, to kill this person, and Nikhil Gupta, it is said that he has backing of, let's say, high-level officials from India. So this is a kind of allegation against India, means like Indian government has already denied that we do not support any such activity. We do not, let's say, involve ourselves into killing or assassination of people outside in India. But this document, which has been released by Department of Justice, raises some questions. Already Canadian Prime Minister has, let's say, like, you know, alleged of such activities related to India. The Canadian Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, has said that, like, one of the person, some Niger, I mean, like, he was also a Khalistani supporter, so he was killed in Canada. So it is said that they have gathered their information from Five Eyes Alliance. From where? They have gathered their intelligence from Five Eyes Alliance. So what is this Five Eyes Alliance? It is an intelligence organization of 5 countries, right? These 5 countries share intelligence input with one another related to their countries, and they share intelligence information of other countries that may hamper these 5 countries. What are those countries? One of the countries, Australia. Second is Canada. Third is New Zealand. 4 is UK. Fifth is United States of America. Okay, Australia, Canada, New Zealand, UK, and USA. They are the members of Five Eyes Alliance. So how credible is this report? We need to see, right? We need to wait and watch about this. That's the thing. After this, there is another article. I'm going to be quick on this. It says, is the emerging global order bipolar? Right? So these 2 people have been interviewed. One of the person, I mean, Major General B.K. Sharma, other is Swaran Singh. He's a professor of international relations in JNU. So these people have shared their viewpoint whether the world is bipolar. So, I mean, after World War II, the world was bipolar. It was divided between USSR and, like, USA. USA is still the, let's say, largest power in terms of military, in terms of economy, but slowly and gradually China has emerged, right? In the last 40 years, China has emerged as one of the most powerful country in the world. Means like it is not the most powerful, but it has increased its power so much in the last, let's say, 40 years. So in this article they have discussed about the role of China, role of Russia in the emerging let's say world. So the world has become multipolar in terms of economy, but in terms of military capability it still seems to be bipolar. On one side there is like USA, on the other side there is China. In this article they say, okay. So this is another article. In this article it says China calls for immediate sustained humanitarian truce in Israel-Hamas war. So China has said that there should be peace, right, in the Israel-Hamas region, okay. So there should be a ceasefire over there, and this should be immediate, it should be sustained, right. So that's the thing. We have discussed in detail about them in the beginning itself today, right. So lastly we have this article. This is a prelims pointer. It says core sector growth speeds to 12.1%. So the thing is, when we talk about index of industrial production, there are 8 core industries in India, and these industries, right, include, for example, electricity, cement, natural gas, fertilizers, right, and other industries. So they are considered to be the 8 core industries. One of them is fertilizers also. So the thing is, their overall production has paced up. Their production rate is increasing. So their production rate has gone to 12.1%. It is increasing. So basically it showcases that the manufacturing sector in India is growing, okay. When manufacturing sector is growing, so the thing is, it will have impact on the overall economy also. So overall economic growth is going to go up in the, let's say, like short run or in the medium run related to this. So they, in this article they have talked about, let's say, a lot of statistics related to it, but the thing is, we need to understand that they have released index of industrial production. This particular index has, let's say, detail of various, what we say, various sectors, right. Index of industrial production has a basket of goods, right, that talks about which sector is growing how much. That's the thing. So this is all in today's newspaper analysis. Thank you so much everyone for attending today's session. I hope you have a good day ahead. Thank you.